Imagine a young man barely 17 joining a guerrilla movement and then years later becoming the president of a nation. This isn't a work of fiction, this is the life of Gustavo Petro. Born in the small town of Ciénaga de Oro in 1960, Gustavo Petro is a figure of fascination and intrigue. From humble beginnings, his path was destined to be anything but ordinary. Petro's roots are deeply embedded in this quaint town, where he grew to understand the world around him and the complexities of the human condition. His life was shaped by the social and political turmoil of his home country, Colombia, which led him to make a decision that would change his life forever. At the tender age of 17, Petro embarked on an unconventional journey. He joined the 19th of April movement, also known as M19, a guerrilla group that aimed to overthrow the government and establish a more equitable society. This decision was not taken lightly. It was a bold, daring move that would set the course for Petro's future. Petro's involvement with the M19 was more than just an act of rebellion. It was his way of challenging the status quo and fighting for a cause he believed in. His time with the M19 was a formative experience that shaped his views on politics, justice, and the role of government in society. Petro's journey from a small-town boy to a guerrilla member was just the beginning. His life would take many more twists and turns, leading him to places he could have never imagined. But through it all, Petro remained steadfast in his convictions and his desire to make a difference. From a small town in Colombia to the ranks of a rebel group, the path was set for a life that would be anything but ordinary. And so, the story of Gustavo Petro, a man of resilience and determination, began. His journey is a testament to the power of conviction and the will to effect change, no matter the odds. In the heart of conflict, Gustavo Petro began to see the power of politics. The M19's transition from armed rebellion to political party marked a turning point in Petro's life. In the crucible of Colombia's political unrest, the M19 armed guerrilla movement, once a symbol of defiance and rebellion, began its transformation. The year was 1990. The M19, having laid down their arms, embarked on a new journey of peace and political engagement. This unprecedented shift was the dawn of the M19 Democratic Alliance, a political party that would go on to shape Colombia's political landscape. Gustavo Petro, once a guerrilla fighter, found himself at the forefront of this transformation. His charismatic leadership and fervent belief in social justice became the driving force behind the M19 Democratic Alliance. He began to channel the same passion he once held for armed rebellion into political activism, staunchly advocating for the rights of the marginalized and the eradication of corruption. Petro's journey into the political realm was not without its challenges. Despite the skepticism and resistance from those who doubted the sincerity of the M19's transformation, Petro remained steadfast. His conviction and dedication to the cause of social justice quickly made him a respected figure within the party. His political acumen and relentless pursuit of change eventually led him to the Colombian Senate. Here, Petro found a platform to expose scandals and corruption, challenging the status quo and further solidifying his reputation as a champion of the people. Petro had transitioned from guerrilla to government, but his journey was only beginning. In the world of Colombian politics, Gustavo Petro was making waves, not just as a former rebel, but as a force for change. Born in the small town of Ciénaga de Oro in 1960, Petro's journey to politics was far from ordinary. His political career took a significant turn when he became a senator. He was not just any senator, he was a firebrand, a vocal critic of the government, unafraid to expose the dark underbelly of Colombian politics. One of his most notable contributions to Colombian political history was the exposure of the parapolitics scandal. This scandal revealed the deep-seated corruption within the Colombian political system, showing links between politicians and paramilitary groups. Petro's relentless pursuit of truth and justice, even in the face of adversity, marked him as a force to be reckoned with. His contentious relationship with former President Álvaro Uribe was another testament to his fearless approach to politics. Despite Uribe's popularity and powerful political standing, Petro did not shy away from challenging his policies and actions. His outspoken criticism of Uribe's government earned him both admirers and detractors, further cementing his place in the political landscape of Colombia. But Petro's political ambition did not stop at the Senate. He sought to effect change on a larger scale, leading him to establish the Humane Colombia movement. This movement was a reflection of Petro's vision for a more equitable and just Colombia. Under the banner of Humane Colombia, Petro championed causes close to his heart: economic equality, social justice, and environmental sustainability. Petro was not just a politician, he was a voice for the unheard, a critic of the establishment, and a thorn in the side of his opposition. His unyielding dedication to his principles, his willingness to challenge the status quo, and his commitment to building a better Colombia are what truly mark the rise of Gustavo Petro. Gustavo Petro's political career had its share of ups and downs, but in 2022, he achieved what many thought impossible. This marked a pivotal point in Colombia's political landscape, as he emerged victorious in the presidential election, a feat he had strived for since 2010. In his first presidential run, Petro was not as successful. His campaign was marked by his outspoken criticism of the government and his exposure of political scandals. Despite his efforts, he finished fourth. But this setback did not deter him. Instead, it fueled his resolve to bring about change in his beloved Colombia. 8 years later, in 2018, Petro was back in the political arena. His campaign was marked by a renewed vigor and a stronger following. He garnered enough support to place second in the first round of the elections. Despite his loss in the runoff election, this marked a significant improvement from his previous run. Fast forward to 2022, and Gustavo Petro was once again on the presidential ballot. This time, however, the outcome was different. The Colombian people, inspired by his resilience and his vision for a better future, elected him as their president. This victory was more than just personal for Petro, it was historical. He became the first left-wing president in recent Colombian history, a testament to the shifting political tides in the country. Petro's journey to the presidency was not a smooth one. It was marked by challenges and setbacks, but through it all, he remained steadfast. His resilience, his unwavering commitment to his country, and his vision for a more equitable Colombia propelled him to the highest office in the land. From guerrilla fighter to the highest office in the land, Gustavo Petro's journey is a testament to the power of change. His story serves as a beacon of hope for those who dare to challenge the status quo and strive for a better future. His presidency and beyond will undoubtedly continue to shape the course of Colombia's history. Gustavo Petro's story is not just about a man, but about a country, a struggle, and a vision for a different future. Gustavo Petro's presidency marked a significant turning point in Colombian politics. This was not just due to his progressive policies or his reformist approach to governance, but also because of what his rise to power symbolized. His journey from a guerrilla fighter to the President of Colombia was an embodiment of a larger narrative, a narrative of transformation and hope for a country that has long been gripped by political unrest and social inequality. Petro's presidency was a testament to the power of resilience and the indomitable spirit of the Colombian people. His progressive policies, focused on social justice and economic equality, had a profound impact on the socio-economic landscape of Colombia. His administration was marked by efforts to alleviate poverty, improve healthcare, and champion education, all while maintaining a firm commitment to democratic principles. But perhaps the most significant aspect of Petro's legacy lies in his ability to challenge the status quo. He dared to dream of a different path for Colombia, one that veered away from the traditional politics of the right and towards a more inclusive and equitable future. This vision resonated with many Colombians, inspiring a new generation of political activists and leaders who continue to carry forward his ideals. Petro's life and career serve as a powerful reminder of the potential for transformation within each of us. His journey from a young guerrilla fighter to the highest office in Colombia is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of standing up for one's beliefs, and the potential for change, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Indeed, Gustavo Petro's story is more than just a tale of personal triumph. It is a story about a nation's struggle for justice and equality, about the power of hope in the face of adversity, and about the potential for change that resides within each of us. Gustavo Petro's story is a reminder that change is possible, that the past does not define the future, and that even the most unlikely of journeys can lead to the most extraordinary of destinations.